What's up, everyone? Drew and Hunter from Misfit Athletics here to talk to you about 20.2. We're going to frame this conversation today a little bit different than we normally do. We are going to go over movement efficiency for all three movements, but we want to go over them as a means to give you the right task-oriented self-talk during this, right? It's 20 minutes long, and a lot of people confuse being annoyed and a touch uncomfortable with, I can't do this anymore. So we want to give you stuff to think about in all three movements so that you keep thinking about that, you keep thinking about being efficient, and that's obviously going to pay off once you get, 15, 16 minutes into this workout, but it's also going to keep you in the game mentally. The very first movement we're going to talk about is the first movement of the workout, and that is the dumbbell thruster. Go ahead and throw those up into a front rack for me. This should be obvious. It isn't for some people. Let's get that true front rack position. Let's have part of the dumbbell resting on our body so that it's a true core to extremity movement. The squat itself, go ahead and drop down into the bottom of a squat for me. We should try to get as much of our body between our feet as we can. This is a true front squat here. If we sit back with these dumbbells, it's going to be a lot harder to go through. Now, as he stands up, I want him to focus on not throwing his hip forward to create that momentum, but actually driving through his heel and closing down the knee joint. Good. What that does is that keeps us from getting up on our toes. It removes some variables. So again, real quick, he's going to go through some reps for me right now. As we're watching, he's squatting between his feet. He's maintaining contact with that dumbbell, and he's thinking about closing his knee as opposed to throwing his hips forward. As we move on to the toe to bar here, it's really important. This is sort of like the dumbbell sitting on the shoulder. We got to get that pinky knuckle on top of the bar here. We want to over grip this thing as much as we possibly can. We want that top row of knuckles to be on top and not behind. As he starts to move through some reps for us here, you're going to notice that he's going to bring his knee to his chest first before he kicks. This is an excellent efficiency tip no matter what, but what this does is it allows us to continue to repeat over and over and over, and if you do decide to speed up your reps, that should be at the end. He doesn't need to do any more reps here. He did quite a few last night, but we want to breathe through all this. This goes without saying, we need to keep breathing. We see a lot of people those first couple of rounds, head looks like it's going to pop. We don't want that. We want to make sure there's nice, calm breathing throughout. Now we're over to the double unders, most people's favorite part of this workout. And we're going to keep things really simple here. We're going to keep talking about that breathing. This is really important. A lot of people holding their breath and remaining tense. So we want to make sure that we're breathing. And then I'm just going to have him go through a few reps here. That self-talk within this movement should be, let's keep those arms long. Let's stay nice and tall. And once again, breathe. Really try to control your heart rate by breathing through this stuff. We like to say, rest while you work. We want to be not quite frantic, but we want to be really quick and smooth with those transitions, and then think about that resting and that calm breathing during the movements. So again, we have a 20-minute workout. There's going to be an ungodly amount of reps performed in this. So thinking about efficiency is always a good idea, but within this context, we really want you to think about it every single rep so that you are task-oriented and thinking about what you need to accomplish up here, as opposed to, this is getting kind of boring. Am I about to fail, or do I just think this is annoying? Like that sort of mindset can ruin this workout. You want to be cruising through this 15, 16, 17 minutes into this workout, telling yourself the same stuff over and over, really trying to be machine-like with this. If you keep that mentality, we promise the time will fly by a lot quicker. Good luck.